guys, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would show you how I curl my hair, and I did a video like this about a year ago, and since then I've completely changed the way I curl my hair. I've also gotten bangs, so I thought I would give you an updated version. I've gotten a few questions about this just over the last few months of how I've been curling my hair lately, and so I'm just gonna walk you through it really quick. It's super easy. I can do this look in about 10 minutes if I'm not talking to a camera, and I found a way that works really well for me and my hair, so I thought I would just share it with you, and let's get into it. So the curling iron that I've been using is the T3 Micro. This one is really great because you can get interchangeable barrels for it. This one is the middle barrel. I believe it's a 1.5 inch or maybe like a 1.25 inch, and I'll be sure to link this exact curling iron down below in case you want to get the same one. But I've been really loving just the traditional barrel curling iron versus the curling wand, only because I feel like this is a lot faster and it does give it a little bit more of a polished look. So I like to start off by taking this top section and pulling it up on top of my head. I find that I do the bottom half, or what's underneath, a lot quicker. Like this part down here, I like to go through really quickly in big sections and then take my time on this part since this is what you really see. But basically I split my hair down the middle like this, and then I always start in these back sections. And I like to start closer to my roots, and I start twisting it kind of like this, where you still have this hanging out, and then I just kind of wiggle it down and then curl back up. So wiggle it down and then hold, leaving the ends out, and then I always twist it out of the curl and then pull through at the bottom. So that's what that looks like, and I just do this back and forth. I like to switch directions as I go to kind of give it a little bit more of a messy look, but whenever I get near the face, I always curl it outward. So taking this section again, starting close to the roots, I twist it up, leaving these ends out, and then I clamp, 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 twist, and then twist it out of it. I don't know if that's like a great way to describe it, but hopefully by watching this, you're getting an idea of how this works. So taking another big section, I am clamping near the roots, twisting, and then kind of wiggling the clamp until my hair slides through, like so. Leaving the ends out again, like that. Trying to get as close to the roots as possible, and then twisting it out and pulling it through the ends like that. I like to leave the ends a little bit straight because I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a beachy wave look. Switching directions. Close to the roots, twisting it, wiggling it. I'm kind of like moving my thumb on this clamp to kind of release it a little bit as I pull my hair through. Twisting it and pulling it out through the bottom. This is definitely a different tutorial than my other how I curl my hair video. In that one, I really showed you guys how I do like second day waves where I braid my hair and then I just touch up with a curling wand. But this is how I've been wearing it recently in my videos, and so I had a few people asking me like how I curl my hair, and I realized that I curl it a lot differently now than how I used to. So I thought I would just kind of update you guys. This front piece, like I said, curling it away from your face. And these I like to just do real quick because I don't want them to be too curly, because I like the look of like a loose wave rather than a really tight curl. So I think the barrel size, and then also I think just unwrapping it and then pulling it at the very end really like flattens out the curl so it's not too curly. So I'm gonna do the other side now, which I only have this tiny little mirror, so I'm really sorry if I keep looking like over here. I'm trying to see in my tiny little mirror. I actually got a really big mirror for this room, but it got delivered today and it's so big that I couldn't get up the stairs by myself. Okay, so I'm just kind of wiggling this clamp so that my hair pulls through, and then unwrapping it and pulling at the ends. I don't know if this makes any sense, and I'm really sorry if it doesn't, but hopefully it does. And I like to start my barrel right about here because it gives the most heat up by the roots where your hair typically would lose its curl the fastest. So you're applying more heat up there longer, and then also that keeps you from damaging your ends and leaving a lot of heat on your end. So I always start close to the roots and then really don't even curl these end parts. Just keeps your hair healthier for longer, I think. And I find that my hair does hold curl longer if I start it higher near the roots. So up here is really getting the most heat and the longest time being curled. And also, as I get closer to my face, I start curling in smaller sections just so that I can be a little bit more precise with where my curls are. But that is the bottom section, and I always just kind of run my fingers through it to kind of break them up and loosen them up. I don't like my curls to be too tight, so I always kind of run my fingers through them even if they're still a little bit warm. So now what I do is I pull this top part out, and I actually like to put this bottom section now in a ponytail so that I'm just messing with this top part. And I know that looks really weird, but I promise you, if you start tying back that bottom section that you just did, it makes doing the top section so much easier, and that way you never miss a section of your hair. You know every single part that's been curled and what hasn't. So now I take this top section and I break it in half. This is my curled part back here in the ponytail, so that hair doesn't even get mixed up with the hair that I'm curling now. This is all of my top layers. So now I'm going to start in the back again. This time I'm taking smaller sections because I want to have a little bit more control and volume. The bigger the sections that you go in, the less volume that you get. And on all of my top sections, like my top half of my layers, I curl away from my face. I don't really even go in different directions on this part. So your curl's gonna look like that. Taking another small section, I just like to go slowly with the top part because that's what you're really gonna see. So this is the part that actually like matters when you curl your hair. Leaving the ends out, I feel like, is the most important part, especially on these top sections. And as you start curling your hair like this more, you'll get really used to the whole like wiggling the curling iron through your hair, and starting this height up will start to feel like really normal. Kind of around my bangs, I don't really mess with too much. Like, I like to add a little bit of something just to kind of blend them, but I usually let my bangs just be how they are. This is what this side looks like. Again, I like to run my fingers through it to kind of loosen it up and soften the curls. Now I'm gonna do this side over here. Again, small sections starting near the roots and curling away from the face. So now that this side is curled, I like to run my fingers through it, make sure there's nothing that I didn't get, pulling out this ponytail in the back. This is what the hair looks like curled, and to add a little bit of texture and volume and hold throughout the day, I like to use the Kristiness Working Texture Spray. This stuff is amazing. I believe it's only like $10, and I use this on my bangs a lot, and especially when I do these like messy waves, I like to just spray kind of in sections. So lifting the hair up and kind of making it a little bit like messy almost. I like to just kind of scrunch it all together, and then I'll do the same on this side, lifting up this top layer almost and spraying. And then I do spray a little bit of this in my bangs as well. And then taking my brush, this only applies if you have bangs, working it into my bangs, just kind of back and forth. So this is the final hair look, and I hope you found this video helpful. Obviously, if I didn't have to talk through the whole thing, I could do this pretty quickly. One thing to note, if you're looking to get a lot of volume and texture in your hair, definitely get a good texture spray, but also make sure that you have layers in your hair. If you didn't notice, I have a ton of shorter layers that really add like a lot of good volume. So if you want to have kind of that messy, beachy wave, ask your hairdresser to add some layers because I think that will help. But if you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you decide to try out this hairstyle or if there's any other tutorials that you'd like to see on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you back for some more videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!